put his face in the lens kind of thing. And just
now
be
he's
like,
gonna go with grandma.
Exactly. Pretty much that's all you're gonna say.
Got it. So in the last video, we said we would introduce you to our son. This is him. This is our son. Now he's gonna go with grandma. Run along, sir.
Fantastic. That's all we needed you for. That was great. What's going on, guys? My name's Sebastian. This is Cheyenne, and you just met Oliver. Behind us is a beautiful landscape here in Utah. We're hanging out in the mountains as our van gets ready, but we wanted to make this video and tell you guys why we actually want to live in a van, because it is kind of common now, but it is still a very different and weird lifestyle. So we kind of wanted to just touch on a few points as to why we want to live in a van and what we expect to get out of this journey.
Me and Sebastian get bored really easily. We have like a year, maybe 2 tops if we want to be exceptionally miserable, until we are totally done with that stage of life. Van life, in our opinion, is a way to consistently have that adventure, continue to be inspired. We like to be on the move. We're very restless people.
Yeah, we owned a house back in Utah. Oh, I'm saying back in Utah, but we're in Utah right now. We once owned a home in Utah and we realized that that wasn't for us. Home ownership, it works for some people. It doesn't really work for us because we don't really value stability like most people do. We like to be nomadic. We want to have this digital nomad life to where we could just pack stuff in a backpack and go overseas if we want to, and live in Thailand for 3 months at a time without answering to anyone or anything, or have to worry about the plumbing in our house exploding while we're gone. So that kind of lifestyle really appeals to us. And as the helicopter flies overhead into the sunset, we're gonna cut. Fuck flies a helicopter this late at night? It's dangerous.
It's only 7:30.
So all that being said, the van life thing is really cool because once we get bored in one spot, we can literally just pack everything up and drive somewhere else. Even if it's only 2 hours away, that could be the difference between being bored and restless and not seeing anything new to, being on the coast of like Oregon or something crazy, right? That's the biggest thing about van life that just seems really cool to us. Our home is wherever we take it. And even if we're sleeping in a Walmart parking lot, it's still home.
Another reason is if 2020 taught us anything, it's we don't want to be around people. We don't trust y'all.
You guys suck.
Yeah, just seeing the nature of people in the midst of chaos was kind of scary. We don't want to be around people. We're both very introverted. We don't struggle with FOMO. We don't want to go to your parties. We don't care about events. Just to live nomadically and just to have our own little unit that's like, that we can be safe and be wherever we want. Like,
we don't have this large group of friends that we try to maintain. We don't have these things that normal people have in their lives. For us, being nomadic, living in a van, and literally just being her and Oliver is all I need. And sure, we'll make friends along the way. Sure, we have acquaintances and we have you guys on the internet, which honestly, some of our best relationships are digital. We don't need to be in one place like a lot of people do just because maybe they grew up there. That's where all their friends and family are. That's not us. That's never gonna be us. And if we told you guys that, it'd be fake. For us, the whole van life journey and being alone is actually really what we want. We're not gonna get like homesick. We're not gonna, like she said, FOMO, like going to birthday parties. It's just not us. Like, we're laughing about it.
Yeah, if you invite us to your birthday party, we're definitely going to have a trip planned.
Yeah, we're going to be busy on your birthday. But make sure you subscribe to the channel, though, because we will be friends with you digitally. So
absolutely. Like we don't want any liabilities with having a house and all of that stuff. We don't want relational liabilities either. We want the freedom to do whatever we want to do. That may make us sound really rude and antisocial, but
we are. We're antisocial. Who cares? It's 2021, baby. You can be whatever you want to be.
You know what? That's the best part about like opposites attract, but like marrying somebody that is very similar to you, guys, it's the best. Because like he's not here telling me, hey, we've got this birthday party to go to. In fact, if someone invites us anywhere, we're both like, what do we have that's going on so we can get out of this situation?
Well, now we have a son, so we can automatically just be like, oh, the baby, I'm sorry, the baby.
We're gonna be busy.
Yeah, we're too busy, sorry. So yeah, living in a van means we don't have to make excuses anymore. We can just be like, oh yeah, we're traveling.
We're permanently busy.
Yeah.
It's
but
great.
If you are a van life couple and you're cool and you do want to hang out, that is something we can arrange on the road. But if you're a weirdo, we could still arrange that.
So Sebastian mentioned earlier that we had a house in Ogden. That's when we owned the most stuff. We had dogs, we had so much shit, and honestly, it was the most stressed out I've ever been in my life. We started pursuing minimalism, what, like a year ago?
Something like that.
Just kind of started getting rid of our stuff, and the lighter we got, the more Gosh, we were just happier. Kind of started with getting rid of the dogs. That was a good day.
Yeah, some of you guys may hate us, but getting rid of our dogs was one of the best days of our lives. We just, it sucks and it's sad to say, and again, you may not like to hear this, but we just hated our dogs. We just couldn't stand them anymore, and we gave them away to a good home. But that was a big turning point in our lives, is once we had Oliver, we realized we just didn't have the time, the patience, nor the want for anything else besides him, and we couldn't give anything else our attention. Getting rid of the dogs was step one. Moving into a townhome and just trying to clean things up and be minimalists was kind of a big turning point in our lives. And this next step with the van, it's going to force us to be even more minimal. If you guys don't know, what we do for a full-time living and an income right now is resell used stuff online. The way that we're going to go about this for the next year is actually going to make us even more minimal, because it's going to take away a lot of our business needs that we had before. When we had a house, when we had a townhome, we had plenty of storage, we had plenty of totes, we had all this stuff. Now we're going to be using a third-party fulfillment company named eBliss to ship our stuff out for us. So that just like makes our business so much lighter and so much more nimble, so we can do this and we can take our journey anywhere we want to go, rather than loading up a U-Haul full of storage stuff like we have done before.
We don't want to pursue happiness in the form of stuff. We want to pursue happiness in the form of experiences and having the freedom to pick up and do that whenever we want. And you just can't do that with a lot of stuff. I don't want to be attached to anything. I've heard a lot of great things about minimalism. I don't particularly have anything to say about it now because we're very new to this, but I'm genuinely excited to see what it does for our relationship, for our mental health, and just our overall appreciation for what life really has to offer. And that's not things.
It's not things. We want money, but we want money to buy our freedom and to have experiences. Yes, we want nice cameras, nice lenses, the latest laptop, and maybe a nice jacket or two. But besides that, we have no need for like game systems and a big house and a white picket fence and like all these like keeping up with the Joneses bullshit. We have no want for that. For us, this journey is going to be great. All we really want to do is develop a business that fits into a backpack. We came up with that quote about a year and a half ago on a walk, and it's something that we're really trying to put into action now. And this year is going to open up all those opportunities, and we're hoping that everything in our life becomes super minimal, from our business to our storage needs to our relationship with how we deal with issues. Hopefully there's minimal issues, but stay tuned for those, because there might be a lot of issues and you guys will know all about them.
Keeping it real with y'all all the time.
There we go. We have no idea whose car this is. Kidding, it's our car. Going back to minimalism, we don't want to have a car either.
No.
We want to live in the woods and maybe own a Ferrari or 3, but besides that.
We're minimalists. I want 3 Ferraris.
I want 4 Ferraris.
Oh, it's 4 now.
It's 4 and a private jet. Like we said in the last video, a lot of stuff that you see about van life on YouTube is total BS. People only post those picture perfect moments and they don't talk about things that stress them out or these bad moments. We are nervous about a lot of things when it comes to van life.
We are both incredibly introverted. We're a little bit nervous on like, okay, how are we gonna have our little breakaway time to where we can just be alone? But at the same time, we're very aware of the other person's needs. Like Sebastian knows when I need space and vice versa. So if you are going to be living in close confinements with somebody or your spouse or whoever it is good to be aware of their triggers, of their needs, or you're not going to have a good time. But I would say that's, once again, like I was saying earlier, with opposites attract, but marrying somebody that is like you definitely has its perks, because it's not like he's dragging me along all the time trying to do all these activities that I don't want to do. Like, he knows my limits, I know his. So while it is a worry, I think it's just more of an opportunity to, I don't know, grow our relationship.
Yeah. I don't want to be around her all the time, and she doesn't want to be around me all the time, and that's totally fine. And some couples like to play this like magical fairy tale of like where it's all like lovey-dovey and perfect and like you always need to be up each other's butts. Like, no, we like to be separate. We like to be alone and quiet at times, and it's not because I hate her. It's just these are our personality types and we're very aware of them, and that's something on this channel that we want to get across to you guys, that we want to talk about these things. We want to talk about how relationships develop over time and how people change and how you manage these kinds of conversations and feelings and all these things. That's what this channel is going to be about. Going back to fears and what we're worried about, Honestly, my biggest worry is having a 1-year-old in a van and hearing him scream in a confined space.
Yeah.
In case you guys didn't know, we're patriots. That's the American flag up there.
Don't like capitalism, don't follow us because we love it.
And we love America.
Yes, we do. So those are some of the things that we're worried about, but honestly, I'm so grateful for this opportunity, and I'm just a firm believer that this American lifestyle, hustle, hustle, 9 to 5, like work all day and then try to be present with your family, I just don't think it's healthy. I don't think it's sustainable. So I'm excited for the chance to slow down and experience life and just enjoy the little moments.
It's going to be great. We've been full-time parents since Oliver was born. We're very grateful for that, but this next journey in our lives is going to be really cool. Even though he's super young and he will not remember any of this, at least we will have amazing high-definition videos, crazy photos of our family in some of the most scenic places in America. So that's going to be amazing. Neither of us have that, so it's going to be really cool to be able to show him these things later on when he's older. I'm excited just to slow down again. We've both traveled quite extensively. We've both been overseas. We've done all these things, but it's never really been on our terms. We've never been able to take our time and pace ourselves and really get enveloped into areas. We're really excited for that. That should be a lot of fun.
If all goes well, we should be hitting the road in 2 weeks, so we will actually be documenting van life instead of just talking about it.
We'll actually have a van to show you guys, and we'll be in cool places rather than like a driveway.
Yeah, exactly. So that should be happening here in a couple of weeks. To all 50 of you that have already subscribed, thank you so much. We're so happy you're here.
Not sure why you subscribe. We only have one 5-minute video on there, but you guys are true fans. We'll send you stickers or something when we have them. On that note, make sure you subscribe, smash that like button, make sure we go viral, famous, help us get monetized on here. But until next time, cheers.